Have you ever tried giving a cat a bath and suddenly feel like you're in an action movie? Dodging claws, facing betrayal, and questioning all your life choices? Well, you're not alone. Welcome to the shocking truth about why cats hate water. It's no secret that most cats act like water is their ultimate nemesis. But have you ever wondered why? Is it just their way of making our lives difficult? Or is there some deep, scientific reason behind their dramatic reactions? Stick around, because what you're about to learn will make you see your feline friend's water phobia in a whole new way. First, it's all about their evolution. Cats may be cute little furballs today, but their ancestors were not exactly splashing around in lakes for fun. Domesticated cats actually come from desert-dwelling ancestors, specifically the African wildcat. These cats lived in dry, arid environments where large bodies of water were basically non-existent. So, naturally, they never evolved to enjoy swimming or even tolerate getting wet. Unlike dogs, who have a history of retrieving things from water or working alongside humans in wet conditions, cats simply never had a reason to develop a love for water. To them, water is just some weird, unnecessary inconvenience, kind of like Mondays. But here's the thing, some big cats, like tigers and jaguars, love water. They'll swim, hunt, and even play in it. So why do our house cats act like touching water is the equivalent of stepping into lava? Well, it comes down to survival instincts. Unlike their wild cousins, domestic cats don't need water to hunt or cool off. In fact, when they get wet, it actually puts them at a disadvantage. Their fur doesn't dry quickly, making them cold and uncomfortable. And let's be real, if there's one thing cats hate, it's being uncomfortable. Next, their fur is the real problem. Have you ever seen a wet cat? If you have, I'm guessing you also witnessed a level of betrayal in their eyes that made you fear for your own safety. And that's because their fur is not designed to handle water well. Unlike some dog breeds that have waterproof coats, a cat's fur absorbs water like a sponge. Once it's soaked, it becomes heavy, making it harder for them to move quickly and escape danger. Imagine wearing a thick winter coat and then getting hit by a wave at the beach. It's not exactly a fun time. To make matters worse, wet fur takes forever to dry. And while their little tongues do a great job keeping them clean, they're not exactly efficient at drying themselves off. This is why, when a cat gets wet, their first reaction is usually to freak out, bolt out of the room, and spend the next 5 hours aggressively licking themselves as if they're trying to erase the memory of what just happened. It's not just about getting wet, it's about the insult of being drenched. Now, water messes with their senses. Cats rely heavily on their sense of smell, and when they get wet, that sense is temporarily thrown off. Water dilutes scents, and since a cat's sense of smell is 14 times stronger than ours, even a little bit of water can make them feel disoriented. It's like when you have a cold and can't taste your food properly. It's frustrating. A wet cat might feel off balance, confused, and even vulnerable. And if there's one thing cats hate, it's feeling vulnerable. But it's not just about smell. Water also dampens their agility. Cats are naturally fast, light on their feet, and always in control of their movements. When they're wet, their fur is heavy. Their paws slip more easily. And suddenly, they're not the ninja-like creatures they usually are. So in their minds, water is basically a trap that takes away all their superpowers, and that is simply unacceptable. Okay, so we've already uncovered some pretty shocking reasons why cats despise water. But what if I told you there's one particular type of water that some cats actually like? I know, it sounds like a lie, but trust me, it's true. Stick around, because the next segment will change the way you think about cats and water forever. Next, running water is a whole different story. Here's where things get really interesting. While most cats will act like you've committed a crime against humanity by getting them wet, many of them are actually fascinated by running water. You've probably seen videos of cats batting at faucets, drinking straight from the sink, or even dipping their paws in water and staring at it like it's some kind of magical portal. So why is running water okay, but a bath is pure evil? It all comes down to instinct. In the wild, still water is often more likely to be contaminated, while moving water is fresher and safer to drink. Cats have carried this instinct with them through generations, which is why they often prefer drinking from a dripping faucet instead of their water bowl. Plus, let's be honest, cats just like to be in control. If they're choosing to interact with water, that's fine. But if you force them into a bath, that's a personal attack, and they will remember it. Now, can you train a cat to like water? Believe it or not, some cats can be trained to tolerate water. Notice I said tolerate, not love. Let's not get too crazy. The key is introducing them to water slowly and positively. Instead of suddenly dunking your cat into a bathtub, which, let's face it, is a terrible idea, you can start by letting them explore water on their own terms. Some people use damp washcloths to get their cats used to the sensation, while others encourage playtime near water so the cat associates it with something fun. But let's be real, most cats will never enjoy a full-on bath. The best thing you can do is respect their boundaries and keep their grooming routine stress-free. Thankfully, cats are naturally clean animals, so unless your furry friend gets into something really nasty, you probably won't need to bathe them often. And if you do, well, just make sure you have a battle plan, protective gear, and maybe even an escape route. Finally, should you even bathe your cat? Here's the truth. Most cats don't need baths. Unlike dogs, cats are self-cleaning machines. Their tongues have tiny hook-like structures that help remove dirt and oil from their fur. In fact, bathing them too often can actually strip their fur of natural oils, making it dry and uncomfortable. Unless your cat gets into something gross or has a medical condition that requires bathing, they're perfectly fine grooming themselves. If your cat has long fur, regular brushing is usually enough to keep them clean and tangle-free. And if they do get a little stinky, a wipe down with a damp cloth should do the trick. So, unless your cat really needs a bath, it's probably best to respect their water-hating ways. After all, a happy cat is a dry cat. So, there you have it, the real reasons why cats hate water. From their evolution, to their fur, to their instincts, it's clear that water just isn't their thing. But whether your cat loves playing with faucets or runs for their life at the sight of a bathtub, one thing's for sure, they're going to keep us entertained with their dramatic reactions. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more fun and fascinating pet facts.